Hi everybody, welcome to Poker with Kids, episode number 45. This time, something a bit different. Looking at 5-card draw poker. And the reason that this has come about is because the upcoming Check Raise Poker Series has an event on the schedule. No limit, 5-card draw high, single draw. Here we see the final part of the schedule. Sunday, April 18, event number 16, 5-card, single draw, no limit. Here's the poster, no limit 5-card single draw, $2,000 for the estimated prize pool. The structure with antes, 20-minute levels, so not a bad structure. And that's this is a very unusual event to put on the schedule. Something that's kind of in my wheelhouse. I like sort of variants to poker that are a little bit more unusual or challenging. So any kind of draw poker, stud, Omaha, that kind of thing that's not Hold'em. It's the kind of thing that I personally like. It's a bit of a challenge, and also something that I think if I know something, it's a bit easier for me to know a bit more about the game than other people coming in playing it for the first time. So what I thought I'd do with this vlog is sort of run through a bit of the basics of 5-card draw, have a look at a few example hands of how things might play out at an event, and hopefully pick up a thing or two so that maybe even you might want to play in the tournament or pick up some 5-card draw in the future. So let's start off with the mechanics of the game. As I say, it's a 5-card game and it's a 5-card draw game. So how this works, after the initial bets are placed, whether they are antes as they are in the Check Raise series, the game can also be played with a traditional small and big blind as you would in Texas Hold'em. So there's multiple ways of playing the game in terms of the initial setup. But once the initial bets are out, the deal is done with players getting 1 card at a time until they each have 5 cards face down in front of them. That is their hand. Then obviously look at their hand, and there's a round of betting. In this case, with single draw, that's the first round. It's the case for all forms of draw poker. When you get your first cards, there is a round of betting after that initial deal. But for the example of single draw, you have a look at your cards. Round of betting, again, starting from the left of the dealer, if the case the antes, or the left of the big blind in case the small blind and big blind. And obviously, as usual, the action goes around where you have to, bet, call, raise, etc. And all those players that are remaining in the hand, have not folded, they then take turns from the left of the dealer to discard cards, and they get those replaced with an attempt to improve their hand. So in the case of what it is with the Check Raise Poker Series, where it's 5-card draw high, you're looking for hands or part of hands that can improve. So things like 4 of a suit to make a flush. You won't have a pair in your hand. You won't have 3 of a kind in your hand, that kind of thing. You're looking to start with, say, 1 pair, and on your draw, you might discard 3 cards, keep your pair of whatever it is, let's say a pair of 9s. And in your draw, you might pick up another pair and get 2 pair. You might pick up another 9 and make 3 of a kind. You might make 3 of a kind and pick up another pair and make a full house. So there's ways to improve your hand from that initial starting pair that you had. Again, as I said, multiple things that you can do. You can draw to a straight, you can draw to a flush, full houses, 3 of a kind can become 4 of a kind, that kind of thing. So multiple ways to improve your hand, but that's the idea of the draw and discarding cards to improve your hand after the draw. Once everybody has gone around and completed their draw, then there is another round of betting, again starting from the left of the button. And again, they go around, check, bet, call as you would in a normal round of betting. And in the case of single draw, at the end of that, any players that are left in the hand at the end, turn their cards over, Showdown, best 5-card hand wins the pot. Some quick do's and don'ts for the event. Don't do the Maverick. I know Maverick's mentioned in the poster. Don't do the Maverick look at the cards where anybody who's standing behind you can see. Obviously, don't do the what am I doing playing here? But yeah, use the normal sort of squeeze that you would for Texas Hold'em. Again, I'll show you that in a little bit. Remember, it is a no-limit game. In terms of bet sizing, the same kind of thing that you would do in Texas Hold'em. looking at things, use the size of the pot as your guide, whether you want to bet half the size of the pot to the full size of the pot. Again, if you're looking for raises, again, think about whatever your initial bet is, if there are any calls in between, and again, somewhere between 2.5 to 4 times the raise, and maybe add an extra amount in for the bet. So bet sizing still remains normal, or it should remain normal. Again, it's just a different type of no-limit poker. But again, remember, one thing to bear in mind is that there are only 2 rounds of betting in this case, whereas in Texas Hold'em, obviously you've got more rounds of betting with each street that comes out with the community card, so there are 4 rounds of betting, so you've only got half the amount of opportunity. So one thing that you might see with this hand is some bigger bets. Again, with the antes, it does change things a little bit in terms of the size of your opening raises, but again, use the size of the pot as a guideline, as you would in, or as you should in a normal game of poker. In terms of reading hands, again, you don't see any cards, so how can you tell what your opponents have got? The thing to look for here is the number of cards that they discard. Again, the thing that will make sense, if you're discarding 3, chances are you're keeping a pair. If you're discarding 2, there's a pretty good chance you've got 3 of a kind in your hand, and you're discarding 2 to try and improve that 3 of a kind. If you're discarding 1, that could mean a number of things. Often it's 2 pair in the hand, 1 discard. It might also mean that they're on a draw, for example, a straight draw or a flush draw, and they need 1 card to complete it. Again, that could also be the case with a 3 card, where you keep 3 cards and discard 2. Might be that you've got 3 to a straight flush, for example. Let's say you've got a Jack, 9, 10 of hearts, keep those 3 cards, draw 2. You could also represent 3 of a kind, whether you make your hand or not. And again, in this game, bluffing is also part of the game. So, again, be observant, take note of what people are doing. Having position, again, as with Texas Hold'em, position and being on or near the button is very, very important. You're the last person to actually see what everybody else does before you have to do anything. So you've got that extra information of knowing what other people are doing. Obviously, there's also the option to stand pat and keep your initial 5 cards. Typically, that means a strong hand, but again, that could be factored in as a potential bluff. So there are a lot of ways to play draw poker, and that's something that makes it interesting. So let's have a look at this kind of example in practice. So we've got some helpers here to help explain how to play 5-card draw. We're going to set up for our first hand just like they're doing with the Check Raise Poker Series, which is being played with antes. So what we need to start, we need every pile of chips to put 1 red chip in front. So Ina, can you put a red chip in front? And Quinn, put a red chip in front of that pile? And same with these piles as well?
Can I do this one?
No, 1 from this one, Isla.
I'll get...
No, Quinn, we want 1 from that pile and 1 from this pile.
Which one I can get?
So 1 from this pile as well.
Do you like to make a big tower?
I'll make it in a big tower at the moment. So we have our antes that start before you get any cards. Now, each player gets dealt 5 cards each. Obviously starting from the left of the dealer.
Dad?
Once all the cards have been dealt out, there is then a round of betting. Yes, Ira.
I think Daddy.
Now, let's have a look at our cards.
How much time did it be?
Can you tell me what numbers are on there, Quinn? Are any matching numbers?
3, 6, 6. There's 1, 1, 0, 0.
So there's 2 10s that are matching. That might be a good hand. Can you put 3 red chips in front from that pile?
3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, because that hand has 1 pair, which could be a good start.
Daddy, my turn.
Not your turn yet. Let's look at this one. Ooh.
I need to
This hand has 4 blue cards, diamonds. So we're going to match the bet and put in 3 red chips from here. Can you put 3 red chips from there, Quinn?
Okay. I want to have a turn.
Oh no, your turn's next. Thank you.
Next to that. My turn.
Let's look at this one. Oh, Ida, what have we got here? Oh, we've got We might play this one. We've got an ace, 2, 4, and 5. We're missing a 3. Can you put 3 red chips from this pile in, Isla?
Next to those 2. 3.
Let's look at this one.
Then can you put it on the big tower?
This one doesn't have much at all. He's got 2 green cards, 2 red cards, and a black card, and all the numbers are very different. So this player is going to fold. He's out of the game. That one, he was out of the game. And this one here, he doesn't have much, but because he's on the button and he's the dealer, he's going to be a bit tricky. And he's going to keep an ace king of diamonds. So can we put 3 red chips in front from this pile?
Can I do it too?
Just wait. Just wait.
Is it my turn?
Thank you, Isla.
Daddy.
So now when all of our chips are in the middle...
Daddy, I need to go toilet.
Okay, quickly go to the toilet. Now we have our round of draw. So each player discards the cards that they don't want.
Daddy.
In this case, the player wants 3 cards. So we give this player, we burn first because it's our round of draws. 1, 2, 3 cards, and they go over there. Yes. This player wants 1 card. He has 4 diamonds. He's hoping for a 5th blue diamond.
Yeah.
That's his 1 card. This player is being a little bit sneaky. He's got an inside straight draw. He's missing a 3 in the middle for a straight. Let's put his on there. And this player was on the button, the dealer. He wanted to keep his big diamond. So he throws away 3 cards and he gets 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now all our draws are complete. We have another betting round. Let's have a look at...
Can we do it again?
In a minute we'll do it again. Let's have a look.
Can I have it too?
This card guy still just has 1 pair of 10s. I'll show everybody what I got. So we started with a pair of 10s.
Hi, my face.
And
I can
we
see my
didn't
face.
add anything. So we just have a pair of 10s. And he will check. Can you tap the table like that? Now let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this person. He wanted diamonds. Oh. So he started with 4 diamonds. He wanted a 5th diamond.
Let me see.
But is that matching colour? Is that the matching colour?
No.
No, it's not. It's a red. It's a heart, not a diamond. So he is going to check as well. Can you tap the table, Isla, for this person? Go tap, tap, tap. Okay, let's have a look at this guy over here. He had an inside straight draw. So he started with...
Can I have this like...
Ace, 2, 4, 5.
No.
Looking for a 3. Leave the
touch
button.
it.
Don't touch it, leave it. But he picked up an 8.
Don't
Wait.
touch.
This player here, do you know what he's going to do here? Tap on the table too. Check. Let's have a look at our player down the end.
I got the coin.
If everybody's checked, remember he kept his ace king of diamonds playing on the button. Everybody in front of him is checked, and he's managed to pick up. Let's turn it over so everyone can see. Ace 5 queen. So he's actually made a pair of aces. Everybody's checked him. He's going to bet. Can you put a green chip from this one in front?
And I do one too.
Wait a minute. We'll put a green chip from the end one.
This one?
Yeah.
Like
Just one green chip?
Can I put 2?
Just one.
I want mine.
You put your green one? No, just one green one.
But I get one for here.
No, not these ones. Good boy. Now this player who misses flush, he will fold. The player who misses straight will fold. And we have our showdown. So our players turn over our cards. And we can see out here, they has 1 pair of aces with King, Queen, 5 aces. And the player over here has a pair of 10s that they started with. So our player with our king, our pair of aces, wins the pot. Let's have a look at another hand. This time we lost our helpers for our second hand, but again we still have our antes in play. This time we moved our button around to our play over here, and again we're going to have our initial deal. So all our players get 5 cards each. And we have a look at our cards. This time we'll change up things a little bit and show you the Hold'em squeeze style. So this player has nothing. He's going to fold. This player is starting with a pair of aces. He's going to play it aggressively, and he's going to bet 30. This player has a pair of 4s. He's going to call the 30. And our player that won our first hand this time starts with 3 10s. Excellent starting hand in an example of 5-card draw. He's going to re-raise. This time he's going to raise it. Let's go 30 was the initial bet. Got a limper as well. Let's make it 125. So quite a substantial raise. We've already got a decent sized bet. Let's put it here where we can see it. Decent sized bet and a call in front. And with a strong hand, you definitely want to raise a hand like that. Okay, our player over here in the dealer position has a really interesting decision. He's got 3 diamonds to a raw flush and 2 clubs with a pair as well as a pair of queens. So ace, king, queen of diamonds, queen of clubs, and the 10 of clubs. So they have 3 cards to a raw flush. They have a pair of queens. They also have an inside straight draw with a jack to make a Broadway straight. So there are many ways that you could play this hand on the end. For the purposes of this example, we'll go with the raw flush draw, and I think we'll play it where we are actually discarding 3. Another course of action could be to discard the ace, king, and 10 and keep the pair of queens. But again, being the person on the button, they have the final decision. Although having said that, it's the player over here, who we know has trips, who's going to be leading the action after the first draw. So let's call the 125. Gets back around to our player in the middle, who open up with a pair of aces. He's calling as well. And seeing as everybody else has come along, let's join the calling train, and everybody is in for 125. So this time we've got a pretty substantial pot already 525 in the middle. Again, you go around with the draws from the left of the dealer. Those player draws 3. Our next player is also going to draw 3. Our player over here, we know it's 3 10s, he's going to draw 2. So he draws 2. And our player on the button, he's going to keep that ace, king, queen of diamonds, throw away our 2 cards here, so he's going to draw 2 cards as well. So we completed our draw. Now again we have our final round of betting, again starting from the left of the dealer. And so check, no improvement. He still has his pair of aces. Given that there was a re-raise over here to his left, this player will check. Our next player has looked down at their hand. Again, they still have their one pair that they started with. They will check. Player on the end has still got their 310s, still a very strong hand, and again, they're going to bet. Now the pot is much bigger, it's over 500, so this time, this player is moving all in. Comes back around to our player on the button. Got again an interesting decision. They've managed to pick up a king and a queen, so they actually have two pair, kings and queens with an ace. Again, thinking through the hand, they have an interesting decision. They've got two players behind them that are yet to act. They've got a player who only drew 2 cards. A good indication that they've got 3 cards they want to keep. Why would they want to keep 3 cards? 3 of a kind is a very, very likely scenario, and that player has also made an aggressive action post-flop. So it's not like what they've done over here where they kept 3 to a royal flush and they were still drawing to a 5-card hand or drawing to a made hand. They already had a made hand, or there's a very strong likelihood that they had a made hand in terms of 3 of a kind. So over here, calling with 2 pair, I think would probably be a mistake. But for the purposes of this exercise, let's say our player here decides to call all in as well. Gets back around to our player here who was first act with aces. Once you've got an all in and a call, remember they only drew 2 each. Chances are they've got stronger hands. They only drew 2 rather than 3, as this player did. No improvement. That one is a fold. And the player here with, again, the single pair, that's also going to be a fold. We go to Showdown. And we see 3 10s for our player over here. And a bit of disappointment over here. We have 2 pair, kings and queens with an ace. So this player, the rich get richer, and our player over here in seat 1 is now eliminated. If you do plan on playing the event, make sure you have fun, have a good time. Hopefully I'm going to win the event, but if I don't, maybe you can come second or third and join me in the podium, hopefully, or maybe you can steal a trophy from me. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully you've learnt some things about 5-card draw. I might also have a follow-up video because typically 5-card draw or any kind of draw games, these days more common to play as a low ball game rather than a high game. I think in this case they're using it as a high hand rather than a low game, as it's far more accessible to the general poker playing public, rather than trying to not only explain how draw poker works but also explain the idea of low ball poker and things like that. So I might do a future video that encompasses low ball poker, but for the moment that's going to wrap up this vlog. Hopefully the next vlog or 2 you'll see me how it actually went in the Check Raise Poker series, and in particular how it went in the No Limit Single Draw event, and hopefully we can bring a trophy back. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you at a poker table soon or on another video. So thanks for joining us. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and see you again soon. Thanks.